Alien chemicals in the clouds of a faraway planet, a pop star, a morning show legend, and a rocket ship. A government law that says we have to talk about UFOs. Been a big month for extraterrestrial news. Andrew's got the rundown, so buckle in. This is Mostly True Alien Stories News and Entertainment Edition.
We need to save ourselves.
Let's kick things off with a story that's got the astronomy world buzzing. Scientists using NASA's James Webb Space Telescope have detected potential signs of life on a planet 124 light years away from Earth, known as K2-18b. That's like a planet that's like they're comparing it to Earth. So this exoplanet is classified as Hycean world, meaning that it's believed to have a hydrogen-rich atmosphere. The planet is apparently covered mostly with water. So it's like ocean, kind of like the Earth. We got researchers excited because they've detected two compounds in the atmosphere. They've detected dimethyl sulfide, DMS, and dimethyl disulfide, so DMDS. So we've got DMS and DMDS. So on Earth, those chemicals are primarily produced by marine microorganisms like phytoplankton. So that's kind of cool that they've actually think that this planet has life because of what they've been able to detect from the hydrogen. So while it doesn't confirm the presence of life, it is an indication that there possibly could be life and activity beyond our own solar system.
So if this does turn out to be real, would you think this would be the first alien microbe ever identified?
No, I think they detected some stuff on an asteroid before that they said there was life. And they said that there's life on Mars.
So that's probably why this isn't the biggest story in the world right now. Although I
Right.
do know that they identified this years ago, but they didn't have enough information. And now it's more of a story because with the technology or with
Making advancements in alien technology that we have.
I think that they're finding that this could be a possibility, that there's, that whole planet is ocean like. So there's water all over the place. So that's pretty cool.
What they found on Mars is that there used to be water there, apparently. Where did the water go? Like it just
Yeah, well, that's the question. I guess I got to figure that out. But do you think that this whole K2-18b story is breadcrumb?
It's not like they found anything. They're like, oh, because it has these two things, it could be life. Or maybe that planet is evolving so that it will have life on it.
Be a possibility. All right, what else you got?
Blue Origin recently launched its NS-31 mission, marking the first all-female crewed space flight since 1963. The 11-minute suborbital flight included notable figures like Katy Perry and Gayle King. The mission aimed to inspire future generations and promote inclusivity in space exploration. Is nobody fascinated that all these women went up in space, and what did they do?
I don't have a problem with them doing this. It just really came across like the Millionaires Club. It made no sense to me, and it came across as cringy the way they promoted it and the way they talked about it, and they're calling themselves astronauts. And
I think that's what I'm having a hard time with all of this rocket ships that are going up with people that are like, the garbage man is going up into space. I think it's great that everybody's getting an opportunity, but these people are not training when there are actual astronauts that are physicists that are, trained their whole freaking life to go up into space.
They actually had an astronaut on there, a true scientist, space, whatever, and that got overshadowed a bit.
Yeah, they didn't even talk about her. They don't really care. I mean, all we're caring about is Katy Perry singing "It's a Wonderful World,"
and then she kissed the ground when she landed. That's what I mean. That kind of stuff we didn't need to see. At the core of this, I understand what they were trying to do, or what they tried to spin it to say that they were doing, but it just didn't work. All right, what else you got?
There is the UAP Disclosure Act of 2024. It's been a year, so let's talk about unidentified anomalous phenomenon. The legislation was introduced to establish a comprehensive framework of collecting, reviewing, and publicly disclosing government records related to UAPs. Okay, so this act mandates the creation of a UAP records collection at the National Archives. It requires government agencies to transfer relevant records for public access. This goal is to enhance transparency and promote scientific understanding and addressing long-standing public interest in these phenomena. A year into its implementation, the act has led to the release of several previously classified documents, shedding light on decades of government investigations into unexplained aerial events.
Do you feel like we know more now?
No.
You don't think so? I think we do know more. But I also think that it's the government's way of just avoiding telling us everything.
What have they disclosed?
Listen, I think you got to look at it this way too, though. We have senators that put their names on this. So what do they know that made this law necessary?
I'm going to say there's 100% information out there. They're going to disclose maybe 2% of it. And the rest of the 98 they're going to keep for themselves. So it's like I made you this beautiful cake, right?
You can only have a piece of it.
You can't even have a piece. You can smell it.
I can't lick the icing.
Nope. No licking.
This law sucks.
They're doing it so that they can just appease people.
They're either to appease us or they know something more. All right, what else you got?
A new Predator film is coming out called Badlands. The trailer just dropped yesterday, and man, the buzz over this film is absolutely crazy because this is for the first time it's being seen from the perspective of the predator, not the people being hunted trying to kill him, but from the perspective of the predator themselves. It's directed by Dan Trachtenberg. This installment shifts the narrative by presenting the predator as our protagonist. The film follows Deck. His name is Deck, and he's a young predator outcast from his clan. He's stranded on a remote planet, and he forms an unexpected alliance with a girl named Thea, a synthetic being played by Elle Fanning. They get together on a quest to redeem themselves because apparently the synthetic has heard about predators before. Not sure that it can trust them. It's going to be launched November 7th, 2025, and I'm really looking forward to this film coming out.
Yeah, it's interesting that they're going to portray the predator as a hero, and I guess that kind of shifts our perception of this whole franchise a little bit.
I think it's a really smart move, putting a fresh spin on the predator instead of having him, kill people and pull their spines out and do all that. He's actually has to survive.
Are we kind of looking at this integration between the Predator and the Alien universes in this sort of setup?
Possibility that might, they tried it before with Alien versus Predator with AVP. It wasn't good. It was just sad.
So you like this, but you like this take on this?
I like this take because
it's
it's completely fresh. I mean, like if you never saw Prey was so good. It was such a good film. I mean, good from beginning to end. A lot of suspense, a lot of heart in that film. So I think that Dan's going to do a great job with this film too. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, that's it for this edition of Mostly True Alien Stories news and entertainment. If you like this format, let us know. Drop a comment, give us a rating, and make sure you're subscribed so you never miss the weird. See you next time. Thanks, Andrew.
Love it. Thanks, Neil.